but
Right.
help me
Yep.
to sort of understand how you feel things have meaningfully changed just in the last 90, 120 days. Like what have you felt change in that's real?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing that's changed over the last, more specific, since the George Floyd thing. So, we're looking at like 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The thing that's changed the biggest is a conversation, right? Like, and the conversation used to just be you and I, right? Because we were
Right.
black.
Right.
Well, now what's happening is conversation has moved to white people, to white VCs, to all the way across the spectrum. And I think there's been a light shined on like the problem in this country, like the George Floyd thing. I grew up around crime and violence, and I've seen some things. I don't think for most of the world they've ever seen a man die for 8 minutes and 46 seconds in front of them like that. And so that has invoked conversation that I think people are like, we need to have the conversation because we can't see that again.
Mm-hmm.
It's how they talk about how like crack in the black neighborhood is not really talked about, but the minute it hit the white neighborhood, everybody want to talk about it, right? And I
Right.
think that's what
Right.
happened. This has become like a national and a human right problem. So I think the biggest thing that changes just the conversation that we can like more for, even if you're on Twitter, like the conversations that are happening openly on Twitter that I don't think would have happened 8 weeks ago. It has been awesome to see.
Well, take that to a more personal level because one thing I know is that there are so few of us in positions of power in tech, and I consider you to be in a position of power as a CEO of your own company, right? Like
Right. Sure.
there are so few of us in positions of power in tech that for me, my experience the week after everything really sort of went down in Minneapolis, right? Was I got all these inbound calls, specifically from white men who are in positions of power who know me, and it's like I'm the closest black person they know, right?
Right.
And so they're
Right.
calling me to kind of be like, are we really that far apart? You know what I mean? Like is this
Right.
really like tell me, Marcus, like how serious is this? Did you get those calls?
Right. Oh man. But I bet you that first week and a half, I spent more time fielding those calls than I did working on Upsy.
No doubt.
Like
No doubt.
it was. I mean, it was emotional. It was like literally, I would hang up the phone and another call would come from somebody wanting to talk, and it was at first I think it was great for me. I was like, man, like this is cool. Like people are seeing the problem, but then you turn around and you're like, well, I haven't worked on my business in a week. Like I haven't been there for my team in a week. They're emotional because they're led by a black founder, so they're feeling my pressure, right? Every time we get on the phone call, and so like, I just finally got to the point where I was like, hey man, you need to go read White Fragility and start there, and then then I think you'll learn what you need to learn. But I mean, it was just like you, man. Like it was nonstop for about 2 weeks.